Drive into Pancode village near Kolancheri, Kerala, some 25 kilometers off Kochi, and you are in a typical Kerala village ambience. But suddenly out of the blue springs a world-class company set on a world-class campus where Mercs, BMWs and Audis roll, and you even find the odd Porsche. I'm talking about Synthite Industries and about the immense capacities of Kerala entrepreneurs, if only they are allowed to operate in peace. Last week I was at the Taste Park of Synthite Industries where high-end cars kept rolling by. No surprise, because Synthite is the undisputed global leader in spice extraction, the world's largest value-added spice company. If you haven't heard of Synthite, possible because it has mostly been a B2B company, it was founded by the late Chennakattu Varki Jacob or CV Jacob in 1972, which makes it 50 years this year, and is currently run by his sons Viju Jacob and Aju Jacob. For a company that operates from a little village, Synthite's global stature is truly mind-boggling. It is easily the world's largest value-added spice company, has a 30% global market share, 30 billion rupees in business volume, has 3,000 staff, directly benefits some 10,000 farming families, and has operations from Brazil to Uganda and China to Rwanda. If there is an export king in Kerala, it is Synthite. It exports to 85 countries. For context, FIFA has 211 member associations, the United Nations has 193 member nations, and Synthite exports to 85 countries. That's the headquarters of FIFA in Zurich, Switzerland, and this is the Taste Park of Synthite in Pancode village, Kerala. Synthite is a global entity any which way you look at it. For example, it has farming operations in Africa, growing paprika in Zimbabwe, lemongrass in Uganda, and marigold and rosemary in Rwanda. It has extraction operations in China, processing facilities in Sri Lanka and Vietnam, and a sales point in Brazil. Or take another aspect like the rise in consumption of plant-based milk substitutes. A Singapore-based company, What If Foods, contract farms Bambara nuts in Africa. Synthite gets those nuts to India, processes it in India using German technology and gives it back to the Singapore company as a plant-based milk. By 2025, Synthite hopes to make 15 million litres per year of Bambara nut milk. I asked Synthite Joint Managing Director Aju Jacob whether his father, the late CV Jacob, visualized all this when he started Synthite way back in 1972.
He definitely did. He probably didn't say it in so many words, because I remember when we started out here way back in 2006 when the spice grinding started. I remember him saying, this place would return gold for us at some point.
CV Jacob, of course, is not the only Keralite who's made a global footprint. Last week, I had the occasion to meet Yousuffali, Chairman and Managing Director of the Lulu Group, when his company was launching yet another Hyatt property in India at Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. Abu Dhabi, UAE based Yousuffali's Lulu Group has more than 1.1 million square meters of retail space, over 60,000 employees, and has 240 plus stores across 23 countries. Just how Yousuffali's heart beats simultaneously for Kerala and the rest of the world is evident from the locations of his 3 upcoming projects. They are coming up at Kochi, Kottayam and Cairo, Egypt. There are a number of other Keralites who have a local grounding and global accomplishments, like travel, transportation and logistics major IBS Software, led by founder Executive Chairman VK Mathews. IBS handles mission critical aspects of virtually all leading hotels, airlines and cruise lines in the world. In its 25th year this year, IBS has a talent pool drawn from more than 25 nations and has operations spread across 40 countries. Synthite, Lulu and IBS are but 3 examples of the tremendous entrepreneurial capacities of Keralites. So what's holding back the business aspirations and capacities of Keralites? Different reasons. 1. Craving for government jobs. The average Keralite, like the average Indian, loves government jobs and craves for statist socialism. The joke in Kerala is that when the Soviet Union collapsed, almost all of Kerala felt orphaned. 2. an anti-corporate attitude. The average Keralite has an aversion so deep to business owners that the very word corporate evokes very negative connotations in Kerala. 3. A governance deficit that fails the state and its people with a stubbornly immovable government service where corrupt officials have nothing to fear, and IAS and IPS officers spend their careers running loss-making public sector units. No wonder a Lulu group employs more than 60,000 across the world, while MA Yousuffali's home state Kerala has 2.73 million youth registered on the employment exchange. Of them, 527,000 are graduates, including 44,206 engineers. Keralites are a truly global community, exposed to good infrastructure and good governance elsewhere, and are increasingly unwilling to put up with nonsense at home. So, in the middle of the World Cup fever in Qatar this week, a group of Keralites held out a banner asking to resolve the traffic snarl at the Kaladi Bridge, which leads to the airport. Now you know why a little village called Pancode near Kolancheri, transformed by a single private entity, Synthite, remains an exception in Kerala. This episode of Geometric View is dedicated to the students and staff of the St. Peter's Upper Primary School, Pancode, which has only classes 5, 6 and 7 and has only 17 students and 4 staff. Dwindling student numbers are a feature across Kerala these days, as youth are losing faith in the state and deserting it in large numbers. But who knows, some of these students in this school may be the ones who will script a Synthite-like global success story in the future, helped by some better governance.